It's DaBLackKing, and welcome back. Welcome back to the DaBLackKing Plays Final Fantasy. Now, every time I try to do this, I try to pause it, and then I try to do other things, and it just kind of hits me in the face. I've already got this on a save state, so I'm gonna load that save state, dude. What are you doing? So, yeah, for reasons. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna skip out to the whole entire ranch thing because we already done all this. But if you can tell, I haven't even done it on this file, so there is that. But I will do on this file that I haven't done before, show you another enemy skill trick. There is another one as well in this area that we cannot get yet because we're not strong enough to get it. So there's that. Anyway, I will see you momentarily. Now there is one thing before we continue on. I noticed where he says something about buying. Well, if you ever notice, you never really do buy a chocobo in this game. Unfortunately, that's just not possible. Anyway, see you in a little bit. See, according to the guy at the end, if you talk to him first, you're supposed to come talk to this guy, it doesn't matter where he's standing at, and you're supposed to be able to buy a chocobo. And you know what he tells you? Give me one. You old folks are out of luck. Old folks. Or all chocobos. I'm taking care of those ones out there for someone else. See, that's what happens. So, ultimately, there was no point in even buying or even suggesting that you buy them. Because eventually, yeah, later on, you can store chocobos here. As far as I'm aware. But, I didn't have until much, much later. But, anyway, later. So, ultimately, actually, you don't, in the end, you don't ever buy them, but you have to catch them. And to do that, you have to have the if you don't already know, the chocobo lure on you. But you want to also, when you buy them, because if you don't already know, you actually have to take your items and you want to sort them as if you can know what the commands are, obviously. And obviously, you would know them better than me. Unless you haven't been playing it for a while, and you'd be like, what was the buttons again? Because some games are differently set up in the PlayStation. And what you want to do is you want to take all these. I bought 99 of them. See, usually at this point, you would have to probably grind if you didn't get enough money. Or use another way to unlock money, which I did. I liked enough money to buy things with, just to last me for a while. I didn't get, max gil or anything like that. Now, the nuts, you don't have to worry about, but these have to go up front. That is, if I can remember how to do it. It's a circle button. You definitely tell I haven't played this in a long time. It almost looks like as if I've never played this game, but the truth is I have, because you've seen me do it before. Oh, that's right, I gotta go to a range. See? I even forgot that I had to go to a range. That's how long it's been since I've actually done this. So what I gotta do here... Let's move it all the way up. And it doesn't matter what you do with the weapons because, but the reason I'm doing it this way, in case you're wondering as well, so that I don't have to move all the way down there. Because, it doesn't matter what order the weapons are in, eventually you just, It's a random luck percentage as well. If you mess around with the weapons and stuff like that, it can mess up the game. But it's just a random luck percentage. I wouldn't place my bets on it like it's a bad thing necessarily if you always do it. Me, I don't typically mess with it unless it's just something I just want to do. I have done it, but nah. It takes a long, long time to do this, but the reason I'm even doing this now, get this out of the way. And in fact, is you might want to save. You know, you can save on the world map, at least on an empty file. And or if you have save states like I do, I have a save state here. I'll be right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna off screen finish doing this, bringing it up there and all that, and I'll have it arranged. And I'm gonna meet you in battle. But the reason I'm also saving as well is for a certain reason, because it happens to do with enemy skills. Now, this is something I've never been able to do in my entire life that I've ever played this game, even normally or recording it wise. So, today I'm going to focus on this, and not, I did a little bit of coding. So, by that I mean I didn't make no video, but I worked on the bonus part, which, at least the way to get it started. Right now I'm in the midst of making money like the normal way, instead of cheating because I wanted to skip and forward. Don't get me wrong, I did start to play it, but then I had to go like, what's the point? I just want to get it on the road. On the road, Jack. On the road. Alright, see you a little bit. Bye-bye. Now, before I go into battle here, the thing I'm not going to do at the moment is I'm not going to bother to capture a chocobo. And speaking of not capturing a chocobo, if I were to capture one, there are differences in the greens. I don't know if I've ever said this or not, but yeah, one is too short, and the other one, you have to just basically, what they don't tell you is that you're not supposed to attack until you actually fed the chocobo. So this is what you gotta do. This is when I'm just talking while I can before the battle starts, because I might take a chance of it running away. And anyway, because it'd be a little bit hard for me to concentrate, try to tell you what's going on. But anyway, yeah, it depends on what you're throwing at the chocobo. Yeah, I know it's crazy to think that you would be throwing things at a chocobo or an animal type thing, but yeah, you just throw it at the ground in front of it, which is kind of crazy where you can actually accurately aim in this game. But anyway, I can't remember what goes on what. And no, one more thing, don't ask me what episode we are on, because I don't even know. But officially, as far as number goes, I think I'm just going to leave it at the same. I don't know, I may or may not change it. I don't know, it depends on, you know, right now what I want to focus on more than anything before I even considered attempting to change the numbers is just go on ahead and just get through to where we've been through and get past that. So, yeah. Alright, and family, I don't go up spending time with family on Christmas Day. Anyway, later. Now, I got this on pause. Now, what you're going to want to do is, in order to get this activate, you actually have to use a certain skill. Now, you remember last time, by last time I mean that enemy skill we got from an enemy, well, we're going to use it on the chocobo. What it'll do is, but first we're going to scan it. That's the very first thing we're going to do. So, if I remember it correctly, it has to be a certain level in order for this to give us the enemy skill we need. You know, anyway. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, what we're doing is we're doing L4 suicide attempts. Okay, that didn't work because he wasn't... Okay, still nothing. As you can tell there, folks, we got the chocobuckle. Unfortunately, I never did it the way that they were talking about the guy that's just to throw a mimic ring in it. I didn't realize you could do that. And as of course, as usual, you have to defeat all enemies in battle before it to take effect. I didn't know that either. I don't remember that ever being a thing. Alright. I'm gonna go capture well, no, not right now. But let's go over that. We got chocobuckle. So we can get this early on or wait till later on. It has to be a level 16 or a 36 with a multiple of 4, what it says in the guide. I've heard about this skill. Unfortunately, though, I never even had L4 suicide. I believe I had chocobo. I don't know how I got it. It wasn't by any cheats or anything like that. I just know I had it at one time. I think I even had L4 suicide, but I don't even know how I got that either. I just know that since I actually have been... Excuse me. Sorry about that. I just know that ever since I actually been going through the guide, I actually been able to do that. Now, there is one more skill in this region. Again, we cannot get yet until we can come back. We don't have to wait till too much later, but to a point that we're actually able to do this. And what it is we got to get this guy over here to go, to get him to cast it. What I'll do is, when I'm strong enough to come back, which won't take long at all, quite about a few while, is I'll show it off. And because right now, as it stands, we cannot survive long enough for him to even use it. And this is a very powerful skill. I believe there's other ways to learn it, but you can also come back way, way later on if you want to. I like to get it as early as possible. Now, what I did do in order to get this skill, which I did not like, was when I had to put permanent MP in infinite or permanent HP where that was maximum. I did not like that. Especially because I wasn't that far enough into the game where I needed that much. Don't get me wrong, it's not that it comes in handy or doesn't. I just like to play the game kind of sort of normal. I don't like to completely cheat. So, I mean, I do if I want to have fun. Just to play the game. Cheats, nothing but cheats. But there are just some cheats that are not worth it. Anyway, I'm going to go capture a chocobo off screen here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to be right back, and I think that's where we're going to end the episode. Okay, so I have saved, if you can tell. I actually saved on slot 2. Which is not something I'm normally used to. So see, I'm used to going over to slot 1 and saving on there for about almost everything, and then I have to wind up deleting something or whatever, unless of course I've got another memory card, and that's if I'm doing it on an actual console. Because see, where this comes in handy, there's that. Anyway, we got chocobuckle, and that was the important thing about this episode. Because that's something I've never been able to do my entire life, was actually be able to get it. If I did get it before, I'm not sure how I was able to do it. I might have gotten it that way. But, honestly, I wasn't paying attention enough to remember it. I just know that somehow or another I had them. I don't even think I had... I know for a fact I didn't have all the enemy skills, but I did have chocobuckle, I had L4 suicide. Just don't ask me how I did it. I just know somehow or another. I just didn't do it like you're supposed to do it. Or even where I pay attention and all of a sudden I had that. It's a weird miracle, but it was only once in a lifetime chance that I actually had that. And I'm glad that I actually learned how to do it. Because if I don't know how to do it, and it's a mystery how I get it, sometimes it's fine. But if there's like a way to do it, I would like to learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Did that make any sense? Because, I mean, although chocobuckle is not that useful. I mean, it is useful, but it's not as useful as, say, let's see, what does it do now? This game, it actually tells you. It's non-elemental damage on any one opponent. It's fine, but I think it's supposed to confuse the target, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, I don't know what else it does, but it's not really all that useful. Half the time, I find that there's skills I don't hardly use anyway. Like L4 Suicide, that's just nuts. Causes critical small with levels in multiples of 4. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean. I'm not that good at math, so if you're gonna explain that one, go right ahead. Anyway, later. Okay, so we got a chocobo in here, which is kind of important. It's actually important enough. If you're gonna do this early on, when you get the chocobuckle, it's important enough to get it before you get an actual mount, or whatever. You can actually ride one, because otherwise, it's useless, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know. I've never had to attempt it myself, but again, I'm glad I learned how to get chocobuckle. Now, that's not something I'm going to do all the time. Go, yeah, I like it when I get chocobuckle. Yeah, I like it. Unlike when I had to do that to Stavros. Just to do it is too easy enough to get killed. Anyway, how to ride a chocobo. Blah, 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 blah. That will actually change later on, and I will show you when that time comes. And if you don't notice by now, oh, actually, I guess I can't get to the mirror. You can actually get into a battle as well. They say that you can avoid it, but you can if you stand around long enough. But anyway, do we even have gold chocobo on? I don't think so. No, okay, good. Uh, yeah, you can get into a battle. And what was I going to say elsewhere? Oh, right. Yeah. So, when the time comes, I'll show you more off, because right now they'll run away. Whereas later on, they will be more useful to us, where they won't run away. Well, it's true, I could go back and go buy some things, but then I'd have to recapture a chocobo. Because in order for me to get in there, I'd have to do that. Now let's see if I can get past here. Now, easily enough, I could have stood there and let him attack me, but I would have had to do this. Either way,